Hello, everyone. My name is Vladimir, and I'm your host tonight on Moving On TV. I'm one of the actors who are happy to have a role, a featured role in Moving On Theatre. So, Moving On TV, Moving On Theatre, it's all about people, loving life. And tonight, I'm going to present the Moving On TV. This is a new TV station and a show for the public where you are all celebrities and you deserve your dreams to come true. We are presenting here on a weekly basis and on a daily basis, and we've got our weekly schedule. So I'm going to present you tonight with our schedule. And it is Lauren. Lauren, who is the founder of Moving On Theatre and the founder of Moving On TV. She's the sole owner. And this show is being broadcast on all sorts of social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, etc. So you can go now on and you can check your connection and you can try and see that our show is everywhere. So here we go. Before I continue with our weekly schedule, I would like to tell you that so many good things are about to happen. I mean, Moving On TV, Moving On Theatre, it's all about showing the positive things in life. It's all about helping one another and encouraging one another to go in the midst of the difficulties, in the midst of the trials of life, and to be successful and to be victorious. So we are the ones that will never back down and will never give up, but we'll go on even in the midst of the most difficult times. And that's why we have decided that on Moving On TV, we are going to talk only about good things, positive things, things that will build us up and won't tear us down, things that will unite us and keep us, together, not dividing us and not tearing us apart. So I'm very happy to be your host tonight and to be able to get you acquainted, especially those who are for the first time being our viewers, to get you acquainted with our weekly schedule. And you're most welcome to come back anytime we are on. All right, so I'll start with the schedule for this week. Every day, we provide a morning relaxation and evening relaxation with Martin, who is a qualified therapist, at 8 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. That's every day. And Paul McDonald, who provides a powerful meditation for the mind, body, spirit daily at 12 p.m. and at 6 p.m. So I'm going to repeat, 8 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Is the relaxation with Martin, and 12 p.m. and 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. the same day is Paul McDonald, who provides a powerful meditation for the mind, body, soul, and spirit. So each day has a theme. Holistic Monday programs about autism and the power of now, extra meditations and people who help heal the mind and body and spirit, including Brad Yates, the famous tapper, and David Elams, who uses the power of now and yoga to heal his autism without meds, without medicines. And that's great. By the way, did you know that we've got such a great power inside of us, such a great potential that has been bestowed on us, from the very creator. And we've got these healing powers inside of us. And that's why the immune system is like the best weapon against all sorts of diseases and weapons and viruses. So do your best to keep your immune system on the top. So on Tuesday, we've got it's all about the extraordinary people in the community who write books and live their dreams. That's what we've got on Tuesday, Community Tuesday. Encounters Wednesday, that's very special to me. It's about our musical to combat the depression and teach recovery based on Lauren Hope. She's our CEO. She's the CEO of the entire uh, musical and TV channel, and she's a recovery in a therapeutic community. And with our rehearsals on Zoom and snippets from the five-star review shows we have produced for over the years, and I can tell you, you are going to be impressed, both with the new stuff that we're doing and with some of the old things, old footage that you will be able to see on these days, Wednesday nights. So, Talent Thursday, that's what Lauren called it. It's dedicated to talented songwriters in the community and MOTV Jukebox that helps them to air their music. I've seen so many talented people, including myself. We sang and we shared songs, like songs from the Bulgarian songwriters, and people appear to love them very much. Yeah, well, let's go on. Tarot Friday is free or on donations from 8:30. Saturday is the happiness day. I love this. Full of happy news during the day and free live. And it's free and it's live. It's about life coaching to help you achieve your dreams in the evening. And it's always in the evening, right? So Sunday is the sunny day, right? When our hearts get brighter and sunnier. It's a comedy with our resident, called with the mystic name Baba Bertha, and her take on the madness in life and other sketches and comedy produced by and is over the years starring with Lauren Hope and other talented performers. I love Baba Bertha. She's hilarious. You've got to see her. So watch out. Watch out, Baba is about. Is all part of this day. And I love the word Baba because Baba in the Slavic languages means grandmother, especially in my language, Bulgarian. Baba means grandmother. And I remember this song of Kate Bush about Babushka, Babushka. I'm sure that most of you guys know it too. Yeah, so it's a cute way to put it, and very, very hilarious. Apart from that Lawrence is our CEO, she's a trained award-winning singer, and she does concerts and insomniacs for those who cannot sleep. Oh, I'm telling you, she's on fire. Normally I get to bed like 10, 11 o'clock, I'm already gone, and she's like staying like up until 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, having this beautiful, broadcasts, conversations with people, meeting interesting people, talking about different topics, and singing and rejoicing and sending some good energy, positive energy to all those who need to and who are our spectators, our viewers. Yeah. So yeah, I think I made it with the weekly schedule up until this point, and we're looking forward to see you guys, and we are open for any positive comments. Please, guys, those who are not happy for some reason with our show, with our daily broadcasts, please refrain from any negative thing, doing anything negative, because darkness has this tendency to get darker the more we pay attention to it, and the more we look to the light and allow the light to penetrate our beings, the love of God shines through us and things change. It's like the weather, you look through the window one day, maybe in the morning, and it's all doom and gloom, and like an hour later, the sun shows behind the clouds and it's getting warmer and brighter, as if there was no darkness at all. as if the weather has always been like that. So it is the same with our attitude and sometimes with our moods. So we're here to make uh, our mood, your mood, in the best way possible, in the most positive way. So yeah, uh, so far so good. Yeah, please leave comments and let us know if you have any ideas or you would like to contact us and talk to us of any of the things that we share with you. Whether you want to get enrolled on the musical encounters, we would love to hear from you. We're looking for more talented people, young people. Uh, you know what I mean, young. Young means young in the spirit, not just young in the body, because there's so many people who are so young in their bodies, but they're so old in their souls. And I believe the souls never grow old. So, uh, yes, please come, tell us about your talents, tell us about what you can do, whether you can sing or dance or act. And just as I have started, and I have told you already that uh, this channel of ours is all about you guys, all about the talented people who had never had the opportunity to get the proper platform and to be able to bless the world with what they've got in store, with what God has given them as gifts and abilities and skills. So, yeah, I definitely encourage you to contact us and we will let you know more about what we are doing time after time. So, yeah, tomorrow will be the Encounters Night again, Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to it. We are having, I'm looking forward to it. We're having such a great time. The actors that we are part of it, we are having wonderful rehearsals and wonderful opportunity to gain more and more confidence and uh, skills, extra skills, whether acting or singing. As I've already told you, Lauren, she's a trained award-winning singer and she's a very good coach. She can coach you to get better with your voice. She can coach you in acting and get the best of you, this little actor that's hidden inside of you, or performer of any kind. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it again. And yeah, we would like to know also what are your thoughts? What are your worries? Is there any way we can help you? Is there any way we can do something about you? And of course, if you'd like to contribute, to the program, to moving on TV or moving on theater, or you know, uh, the entire mission as a whole, you're more than welcome to join us. You're more than welcome to help, whether financially or uh, just with a nice, positive encouragement, word of encouragement. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good to us. So, and by the way, I would like to let you know that I'm so grateful about this opportunity that Lauren gave us all the talented actors and singers and presenters and models like me, to be together in these difficult times and to be able to continue regardless of all the difficulties. You know that we can't gather together physically due to the restrictions, and that's why we decided that we shall not stop from gathering together. We'll do it online. There is Zoom. There are all sorts of ways for us to connect. And of course, moving on TV is a wonderful way for us to connect with you guys. So I was about to tell you that I'm really, really happy and blessed to be part of Encounters, the musical, and Moving on TV, and I've got my own show on Moving on TV. Probably you've seen me. Some of you might have seen me already. I did it twice so far. It's called Vlad's Show and Loving Life, Loving People. And on my show, I normally would invite people and interview them. I would also tell some personal stories. Like last time, I've shared some of my part of my personal story and testimony about how my life is another example of how you might be in the darkest places, in the darkest corners of this world, and yet you can rise up above the darkness and shine and become a good person, become someone who might be able to not just help himself or herself, but help others and bless others. So here I am. I thank God. It's all about Him and it's from Him. We exist because of Him, and we're here safe and sound in the midst of a crazy, crazy times. So, I'm very grateful and happy that I was given this opportunity to have my own show, and I can't wait to get my next guest on my show. It's a very talented lady from Bulgaria. She's a professor in one of the most prestigious universities in Bulgaria, in the capital of Bulgaria, Sofia. Her name is Albena, or her short name is Benny. And she is not just a professional teacher with such a rich experience, teaching experience in this really, really prominent university, but she's also a very talented poet. And Lauren had the opportunity to talk to her already, to get acquainted with her, and to listen to some of her poems that are in English. So most of the world will be able to understand it. And of course, on my show, you'll hear me speaking in Bulgarian. For some people, Bulgarian sounds like, oh, it's all Greek to me. No, it's not Greek to you. It's all Bulgarian to you, probably you have to say. You English speaking people who don't speak the Bulgarian. The good thing about Bulgarian is that it's a part it's part of the Slavic group, Slavic languages group. So it's easy for so many other Slavic peoples, nations to understand it uh, more or less. Like, uh, for example, I can speak Russian and I can understand Russian almost perfectly. And that's because, not just because our languages are so close, but that's because we were part of the communist regime, under the communist Russian Empire. And we were obliged to study Russian. Russian was like the main language, the chief language for all the Russian, for those who were all those countries and republics that were under the Russian communist empire. And that's why when I hear things like, the crazy things like how many people today from the West are willing to go back to the Marxist and communist ideas, I get like, I, I can't believe it. Many times it's just on the tip of my tongue to say, you stupid people, what you're talking about? You don't know what it's like to be in a communist regime, you don't know what it's like. So, but anyway, our broadcast here is not about politics. It's about loving God, loving people, loving each other, and being there for one another. So this Benny, this lady that I'm going to interview very soon, we'll keep you in touch. We'll let you know when. And she, besides of her being a poet, she's an interpreter. She speaks Spanish, fluently Spanish, not just English, and Bulgarian, of course. And she is a very good dancer. She was part of a Bulgarian musical and it's on YouTube, and any one of you can see it. Although it's all in Bulgarian, so it will be all Bulgarian to you, all Greek to you. But anyway, you can still see, enjoy the lovely talents, the lovely voices of the wonderful songs. All are Bulgarian original songs. You will enjoy the lovely dances, and you will see Albena, Benny, right there, dancing like an angel in the midst of all the other dancers. Uh, and that reminds me of our musical a little bit, because our musical is going to be full with laughter and dancing and acting and drama and real lifestyle. It's just as I have already showed you and shared with you, that this is in the heart of the founder of this TV station and the musical, Lauren Hope. It has always been in her heart, because when you go through difficult times, when you experience the heavy burdens of life and the unfair hits that may come on you, you know what it's like, and you can you can help others. And Lauren is all about helping other people, and I would definitely recommend you to contact her and to contact us, and see if there is any way we can help you besides listening to us and watching us and getting encouraged, uh, and getting some light in the darkest of nights. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the springtime, by the way. And here in the UK, after such a cold week, the temperatures were -5, -7 Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I get confused with the Fahrenheit temperatures. So this week, the temperatures went up by 13 degrees, and we're still waiting for more. I saw the broadcast today, and or not the broadcast, the forecast, the weather forecast, and there will be some days that the temperatures could hit 18 degrees Celsius. That's like, wow, going to the beach, maybe going to Cornwall or even to Bulgaria. Oh my goodness, you would love the Bulgarian beaches and the Bulgarian seaside. It's right at the Black Sea. The Black Sea is our uh, eastern border, the entire country. So it's a very sunny country, very warm. Oh, summertime, the water can get so warm that, I mean, we like to say as warm as or as hot as tea, you can swim and feel very pleasant, no cold at all. I've tried to, the waters here, but they're not as warm at all. Even in the summer, the water around the UK is quite cold. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to springtime, and I'm looking forward to this interview, and I'm looking forward to so many good things, people. Uh, I know, and I've talked to Lauren and other friends of mine, that there's so many lonely people, and they just wonder all day long what to do. They just watch TV, and so many times there is nothing to watch on TV. If I tell you honestly that I haven't had a TV set, my family and I, including we have two children who are grown up now, but we have not had a TV set for more than 20, 25 years now. Can you believe it? Even when there was no internet, we just decided to get rid of the TV because we didn't want our, brains to be washed. I mean, I would rather, I'm very selective of what I read and what I watch. It's important what you allow to enter your eyes or your ears, right? Your brain. It's very important, because if you're not careful, you can get very easily brainwashed or deceived. And deception is so prevalent nowadays. Fake news all around. Yeah. Yeah. And when I tell some people, especially those who are not awake yet, they wonder, how is that possible? How can you live without a TV set? Now, please, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you all go ahead and just throw the TV sets out of the window. Not at all. Uh, Especially, some lonely people who really do not have anything else to do, and maybe they don't have the internet, or they don't know how to use the internet. Maybe, I don't know. But if you can use the internet, you can be more selective, and you can choose. You can choose what to watch, and you can choose what not to watch, right? It's all about freedom. Oh, freedom of speech, freedom of thought. These hot topics nowadays. Yeah, we've got to. But the fight for our freedom starts with ourselves. It's very easy to blame governments. It's very easy to blame other people, family, politics. No, 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 no. It starts with yourself, and that's why I love Jordan Peterson. I don't know whether about this great psychologist, and he's a great professional from Canada. He went viral with his videos on YouTube. Jordan Peterson. He wrote the book 12 Rules of Life, and it's a wonderful book, a book of hope, a book of encouragement. I highly recommend you to go online and find any of his lectures and listen to Jordan Peterson, and you will be amazed. Yeah, so it's all about being selective, just like with the way we eat. It's not just the spiritual food, but it's the physical food as well. Uh, like, I like to tell people, who live a quite unhealthy lifestyle, I like to joke with them and to tell them, you don't treat your car like this, do you? And they say, what? Sorry, come again? And I said, you don't treat your car like this, like you treat your body or your soul or your brain. What do you mean? I mean, you put a very special oil in the car, right? The right kind, not just any oil, right? Then you put the right fuel. If it's a diesel car, you make sure you never put gasoline, right? And vice versa. And you try to put the best one, because if you put some rubbish in the tank, this rubbish fuel will destroy your engine, and instead of you having the car for a long time and serving you very well, you might end up somewhere in a ditch on the road and calling SOS, right? For someone to come and help you. So if you treat your car in the best way possible, why you don't treat your body like this? Or your brain, your spirit, your soul? I mean, yeah. So mm, I was I was telling you about the body, the care of the body, that just like there is good food for the soul, there is also good food for the body, like eating more veggies and fruit. Life, they call it the life food. I love the name of this, the title of this kind of food, the life food, because this kind of food, vegetables and fruit, uh, and nuts, they are still alive. Did you know that? They are still alive. Yeah. If you take a raw nut and you just, put it in the ground, uh, you'll get a tree sooner or later. It's life. If you, uh, if you take, an apple, for example, and you eat it, and you take the seeds and uh, bury them in the ground, sooner or later, something will grow up. And this something will be the beginnings of a tree, of an apple tree, So all foods that are not processed, uh, and are natural, the way our creator has designed them and made them for us way back in the Garden of Eden, in the initial paradise. These foods actually can bring healing to our bodies. Yes, I'm very serious. So many people are sick because they don't get the right fuel for their engines, for their body engines, right? So the living food makes you alive. Dead food, it can't bring life, right? I'm not saying now, again, don't eat only vegetables and only fruit, although they're vegans. There are people who are vegans, they made their choice. And vegans, it's not that they're just vegetarians, but they eat only, they don't eat anything that's, derived from animals, firstly, and secondly, all of their products are raw. All the vegetables, they don't cook anything. All right. Then we've got the vegetarians. They eat both fresh and cooked fruits and vegetables. And there's some good medical evidence that some of the vegetables and some of the fruit, when they cooked, they're fine. They're good. And they may even get better. Only some of them, like tomatoes, for example. If you have your tomatoes cooked with your, for your breakfast or lunch, it's good. So, but my main point is, take care of yourself, guys. Take care of yourselves. The spirit, the body, and the soul. I've mentioned to you that our TV, our shows, our program, our everything that we do, we do it for the body, the soul, and the spirit, because we believe that if your spirit is healthy, then your soul is healthy, and then your body is healthy, and you're healthy. They're all interconnected. This is the Trinity. We are mini Trinities walking around the planet. Why? Because we were created in the image of the Trinity with capital T, So the same way God is triune, in the same way we are triune, spirit, soul, and body. And we need to take care of them all. And that's why when people, emphasize only on body, care, body culture, and they neglect the soul and the spirit, they get sick again, and vice versa. If you just take care of your spirit, of your spiritual health, and, and you don't care about your body, this will not somehow magically, make up for your irresponsibility towards one of the great gifts that we've been given, our bodies. They're such a great gift. So we don't want to go into neither of the extremes. We are spirit, soul, and body, so we'll take care of them all, right? Hey, wow, look at me. I can become your kind of a medical advisor, right? Healthy lifestyle advisor. Yes, actually, if you know me, you will know that I've been very much into healthy lifestyle, and I try to, and I did my best to teach my children, and together with my wife, doing lots of stuff together. For example, because we are Christians, and we believe in the power of fasting, we get amazed time and again when we see the next article, the next video on YouTube, or in the newspaper, where they talk about fasting and how fasting is like lovely and so healthy, and fasting can heal you and stuff like this. And I said, well, Happy New Year. The Bible has talked about the power of fasting, like for 3,000 years now, and here we are. It's only now that, like only this last decades or maybe a century, that people started to talk more and more about the power of fasting. And fasting is lovely because it doesn't heal just your body. It doesn't help just your body. If you do it in a spiritual way, if you believe in God, and in the sacrifice that He has made for us, Jesus Christ, and you fast and you pray and you ask God for help in times of trouble, in times of difficulties, you get help. Boy, I'm telling you, you get your prayers answered, and combined with fasting, I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's so powerful. I've seen people, being healed because, they fast and pray and they just believe and ask the Lord to heal them, and so they didn't need any medicines. So that's why there's so many non-traditional, or actually put it in the other way around, traditional methods. The non-traditionals are, the the new methods that mostly use very questionable chemicals and many medicines that have so many side effects and so many adverse reactions that, honestly, I've gave up. I gave up on medicines like a long time ago. Maybe when I stopped watching TV, I stopped taking medicines. To be honest, I've taken a few throughout the years, but the principle of my family is that the less medicines, the better. The more healthy lifestyle, the better. And prevention is the best healing, the best therapy. To prevent is better than to cure, than to heal afterwards. It's better, it's easier not to get any of the diseases. So I believe in prevention very much. And it starts again with the spirit, soul, and it goes to the body and vice versa. So, yes, you can thank me for the free lesson, for the free advice and consultation about healthy lifestyle. And by the way, I just want to underline again that moving on TV, moving on theater, Lauren Hope, the founder of this wonderful initiative and this TV station, it's not about money. It's about helping people, loving people, helping people. Because we believe that if you help enough people, money will come anyway. Because it's one of the universal laws that if you give, you shall receive. I'm not saying that we live just breathing fresh air and bathing in the sun and that's it. No, not at all. Like any living person on this planet, we need a roof over our heads, either paying a rent, and here rents are ridiculous in the UK. If you don't know, you don't want to know, and it's crazy. So most of the people work just to pay the landlord, and that's it. It's a sad story. And we pray and we want to change that too, because uh, this is like one of the most fundamental needs of a human being, to have a shelter, to have a roof, to have a warmth and some food on the table. I mean, this is essential, fundamental right. And look at where we've come. There's so many homeless people, new homeless people in the UK, one of the richest countries in the world. Can you imagine that? Why? It's greed. It's called greed. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. And if you'd like to discuss it, and if you'd like to hear more about it, or to have a discourse, dialogue, I'm very, very open to do it on my show, because my show, Loving Like Loving People, it's all about it. Just like Moving on TV and everything we do on Moving on TV and Encounters the musical. So yes, if you like to really help us, the first thing that you can do is to go and subscribe on our YouTube channel, like our page on Facebook, wherever we are. Leave a nice comment. Questions, whatever you want. And if you'd like to donate something, to help this very talented singers, musicians, and actors like me and other people who are part of the Moving on TV station and Moving on and Encounters the musical, you are more than welcome. We'll be very happy. If you want to know how to do it, just send us a message and we'll let you know what you can do to make a small donation to chip in something. But I'm telling you again, if it was for the money, we would not have done this. We would have gone somewhere else. And and I do lots of things for money. I work for the filming industry because I told you I'm an actor, and I do small roles and supporting roles, and I do singing, some music videos and commercials and whatever. So yeah. we need to work and to make some money, but it's not about the money. It's about what we can give. This is my principle, and I'm really trying to follow it. Do not never work for money. Never work for money. Always work for a good cause, and money will come. Always find a way to help people, as many people as you can, and money will come. So that's why I believe that this TV it's not a commercial TV. It's not just a show, entertaining show. It's more than that. It's a mission. It's a mission to help other people and to help people help themselves. That's why Lauren, I've never seen such an open-hearted producer and songwriter and and coach, music, singing coach and acting coach, and just giving so freely whatever she's got, to share it with other people, to encourage young people to come out of their darkness, to come out of their corners, of forgetfulness and of being forgotten and abandoned, and just to see the light, to see that they're not alone, that they were created for excellence, they were created for glory, they were created to shine and to reflect the glory of the one who has created us. So we are like the moon, and he's like the sun, right? He's the sun, we're the moon, we're the satellites that go around the sun, and we reflect his light. So it's all about learning how to reflect the light of the sun in our lives, the light of your creator, through your talents, through your love for humanity, through caring for one another, and things like this, especially during times like this in the midst of lockdown. So I believe that you've heard the good news that our government is planning to on loosening some, the restrictions at the end of February and the beginning of March, which is good news. Let's pray that really the restrictions will be really relaxed, really actually removed altogether, hopefully, so that we can travel more, we can meet face to face and have time together. So I'm really looking forward to see you face to face. Some of you guys who are willing to, to learn more about us and what we are doing. But here we are. I mean, we are open. There's nothing hidden, and we're telling you, ahead of time what you can expect from us and what we might expect from you. We expect your smile, expect your talent, and we expect your honesty and your willingness to do something that's worthwhile, something that will benefit and bless others, not just you. All right? Yeah. So our time is about to end for now. But of course, there's always more for you to see on Moving On TV. And that's why stay tuned, stay encouraged, stay enlightened, because there is more good things to come. The best, actually, not just good, but the best things are yet to come. Do you believe? Do you believe that the best thing is yet to come? If you do, go on and subscribe and become part of us. If you don't believe, just watch us and see what we believe, and I believe that you'll get infected in the most positive way. Because joy is contagious, just like grumpiness is contagious. Joy is even more contagious. Everyone loves to see a person smiling. Everyone loves to see a positive person. No one is dreaming of spending time with grumpy people. No one. And you won't find any of these on this show. I promise you. You won't find any of these on on our musical encounters or Moving On TV. No, not at all. Because we are all about life. We are alive, and we uh, do everything, about loving people and loving life. So I'm afraid that this is the end of my time with you guys, but I hope that you had a good time and that you enjoyed my talk. And I really believe that, uh, and I would love to see you people, coming, coming on Moving on TV, sharing your thoughts, your troubles. We might be able to help your dreams and successes that you've gone through. Anything. We would love to hear from you too. It's not just a one-way thing. It's not like the regular TV. The establishment TV programs that you can never reach them, even if you send letters or try to contact them. Is so hard because their horse is so high. But not with us. We are just normal people just like you, and we would love to hear from you and to have a dialogue and conversation and so on and so on. So thank you once again. My name is Vladimir Mladenov Freeman, my artistic name. I was your host tonight on Moving on TV, and on behalf of Lauren Hope, the founder of Moving on TV and the musical Encounters, I would like to wish you a lovely evening and good night. God bless. Bye.
There's something special about everybody. I don't care who you are.
When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are.
Lauren Hope here on Moving on TV from the beautiful Port Jefferson. And here is WMAP Radio.
Here's Lauren coming in.
Hey guys, I'm Casey Armstrong, and this is WMAP. I created this station because I wanted to spotlight people that are helping other people. I wanted it to be positive, and wanted people to tell their story. And maybe by hearing someone else's story and their challenges, other people would be helped by that. So we've been on the air for almost 2 years now, and things are going great, but I do have a lot of work to do. I have an interview to do. So if you'll excuse me, thank you very much, all right? Hey guys, this is Casey.
Hi there.
Hi.
I've got Diane. I've got the gorgeous Diane here.
Got you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Diane. So what do you do?
Well, I'm the vice president here, but I do a little bit of everything. I
Right.
do everything. I don't have a job description because
Right.
my job description is do everything.
Okay.
So as far as I don't do any interviews, I don't do any things online like that. I don't host any interviews. But outside of that, paperwork, dealing with clients and stuff like that, that's all me.
Okay. And how did you get involved in WMAP? Was it through Casey?
It was through Casey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're basically your Casey's other half.
I
Wow. Okay. So he somehow got you involved.
Yes.
Right.
I've had businesses in the past of my own, so I have more of a business savvy idea of how to run things, what to do, paperwork, stuff like that. Whereas he more is interviews. He
Yeah.
does his interviews, he knows his thing, that's his thing. But as far as the business point of it, he needs somebody else who can run it, so that's...
Wow. Okay. And where are you from? What's the accent?
I'm from around here, Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. And how did you meet Casey?
We met about 7 years ago. He was I think he used the story to pretend that he was going to be my personal trainer. That never happened. That never happened, and we kind of became friends, and then we've been together ever since.
Oh, lovely.
Long
Well,
time.
he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Very much for
You're
that,
very
Diane. It's a
welcome.
pleasure to have you on here.
It's a pleasure.
And I
Thank
think
you.
what you're doing with WMAP, you've given me so much.
Oh, and thank you for
So
coming to
much
see
love
us. We
and-
love having you here.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here too. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Lots of love. Thanks.
Okay.
Guys, I'm in WMAP radio today, and the British invasion has started. We're moving on TV. I'm actually going to be hosting a couple of shows for Casey Armstrong. So I want you to join me when I'm actually on the board talking to one of the guests today, or a couple of the guests today, and then we'll have a film of Moving on TV at WMAP Radio. This is Casey's studio, and as you saw, I just interviewed Diana, who runs the Make-A-Wish Foundation as well. And oh, we have a guest who obviously stands there. There's a microphone. I presume you stand there and you talk if you have a live guest. I remember contacting Casey about 6 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, do you remember? And asking him if I could come for my birthday. But I never expected to be hosting as well. But that is really, really an honor to be here, to be hosting shows for him. So there you go. So tune in, I'll be back soon.
Kelly with WMAP, and you were just hearing about Moving on TV, which we're actually on Moving on TV right now. We have Lauren Hope in the studio.
These headphones. Not to spoil the ending, but everything is going to be okay. That's here. There you go. Not to spoil the ending, but everything is going to be okay. Isn't that great? Back on Moving on TV. I'm here today in WMAP Radio. I'm so excited. This is the British invasion today. Moving on TV joins with WMAP today. And I've got Virginia Bartoli here, who is the producer and Casey's mum. And she is actually, you started WMAP? Is that
Actually,
right?
not at all.
Okay.
Lauren, and
Well,
first of all,
fill me in.
I'd like to welcome you to our country,
Thank you.
and I'd
Thank
like
you.
to welcome you to our station.
Thank you. I just came in here and started taking over.
I
but, you know, it's
understand
typical
that,
British.
and it's just wonderful. It's wonderful. It's
You're
just
lucky we have
wonderful,
that.
wonderful to have you here.
Okay.
No, actually, it's very strange that I'm a mom, as you said, and I'm not official here at all. I'm just a helper.
Right.
So this was not my idea, but I certainly support everything that Casey's been doing, and I'm so proud of what he does that I have to jump in, and whenever I see that there's something that could be done, then I jump in and do it, because I think his vision is fabulous. I'm so excited about that, about people being able to tell their stories in a positive way, and to show how we all have challenges every single day, and that we can overcome them, with enough work and enough acceptance of the way things are and how we want them to be. We can actually get to where we want to
It's
go.
wonderful. And you're also featuring in the book, Simply Amazing.
I am.
with me.
Yes, I am.
And you're the second chapter, is that right?
I'm not sure what my number is on
Okay.
the lineup,
Okay.
but I don't know if we're.
So what's your story about?
My story that I chose to write is about an epiphany that I had, a life epiphany. I actually had. I went to Mount Kilimanjaro.
Oh yeah,
To
I've got to hear
climb
this.
the mountain.
I've got to hear this. Go on.
And this was my retirement gift to myself. I decided, what would I do that would be very, very special? And I was really into mountain climbing at the time, and I had friends in Africa, what have you. So we made the trip over, and I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, but without going into great detail, there were problems along the way. And I discovered that my trip was not really what I thought it was going to be. That
Something
I
happened
had
to you on the mountain.
something did happen to
Which
me
I really
health-wise
wanna
on
hear.
the mountain. I don't know if I want to tell you. I don't know if I want to disclose it, but what the thing is that I thought I was going for a real physical and mental challenge. I didn't realize that I was going to come out with a spiritual
Wow, well, this
epiphany.
is what seems to be
And
happening
so,
to us.
yeah, and that,
Wow.
and I had heard, since I was small, since I was always a reader, and since reading Hemingway's, you know,
Your man the sea?
no, the Hills of Kilimanjaro.
All right. Do you know that one, Mark?
I don't
No.
have the title right, but I'll think about it. But after reading that, I realized that mountains can be very spiritual places, and this one in particular, because it's the roof of Africa. It's the highest mountain in Africa. It's one of the seven, they call them the seven sisters, the seven highest summits, the highest summit on each continent.
You're so brave.
Well,
do this.
I wanted to challenge myself.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a tremendous physical challenge, but I had literally an awakening. I actually lost consciousness.
Yeah, you
and-
see, I heard Casey talk about this
Yeah.
when I first started tuning in to WMAP. I didn't realise you were his
Yeah.
mum.
Yeah.
I heard him talk about Virginia Bartoli, and I thought, my God, I've got to meet this woman.
Uh,
So you lost consciousness.
I did. It was one of these near-death experiences, because I did experience another world.
Wow.
And
You've got
I
to tell me
woke
about
up.
it.
I woke up from my slumber. I actually asphyxiated, and I had acute mountain sickness. And when I woke up, there were tears in my eyes, but there was a mantra in my head, and it just kept saying, it wasn't about the mountain. It was never about the mountain. Now, the day before, I had taught in a village school. So it was about the children, my trip, all along. And so ever since then, because that was my retirement date, ever since then, my retirement has really been devoted to helping children all over the world, but particularly in Africa. Very involved with them there, and I've been back several times to teach school and
This is
do
incredible.
fundraising and bring them, you know, supplies from the U.S. and sponsor kids. So I'm
It opened
hoping
your heart.
it did absolutely open my heart in a very specific way. But you can see at some point in your life that everything is sort of headed in that direction. And for me, it was always children. I'm the second oldest of 7. I helped raise the little ones. I always babysat. And of course, my children were always the most precious thing in my life. And I'm a teacher, and
Your
I
whole
taught.
life has been around
It's
children.
all been
Wow.
about children. But I didn't realize when I retired from teaching, and I wondered, where the next chapter would take me, because there were a lot of different directions I considered. But then I realized that the chapter was going to take me back to Africa, but certainly to new classrooms and to new children. So actually, I've been to South Dakota, worked with Indian children out there, and different kids on reservations, and I collect clothing from the local schools to recycle for children in the area that don't have clothing and school supplies.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
support
So humble.
support young girls in Africa who because of the traditions there, they refuse early marriage or different rituals that they do on young ladies. If they refuse that, they're disowned, and there's no place for them to go. They're thrown out of their families. So there's a safe house that we sponsor in Kenya. And so I'm hoping that the book and the chapter will maybe highlight some of these
Well,
things.
this is it. I'm
and-
looking forward to reading the chapter.
yeah, and kind of bring it
hearing
to the fore, because specifically there are schools and different projects that would be in the book that people could find, to help support. But also on a general level, I think it's important for all of us to kind of open our minds to the lives of others, the way
Yeah.
other people live and what they consider normal in their day-to-day, which is so different from what we consider normal in our day-to-day.
I think what's happening to our world is people are going through experiences like that. You know, I had my experience in the therapeutic community where I was broken down to nothing, and then I came through and realized my journey was to go out and support people with mental illness or BPD, to teach them the tools that keep me well.
Right.
You had your journey. And I think a lot of the people that are going in the book, or the people that are interviewed today, the people I spoke to on WMAP, they're all very enlightened people that want to go out and spread more joy in the world.
That's right.
And they had something happen, like, you know, when the question I asked Charles, what led you to writing this? It came from suffering.
Right.
And it tends to come from somewhere along that line, and then we open up and we realize we're here for a reason.
That's right. Exactly
That's why I think
right.
it's happening.
Exactly right.
Yes.
Suffering is the realization of a dissatisfaction with the way things are. So, you know, once you look around and you see that things are not the way you would like them to be, that's when it's time to get your shovel and start digging, you know, and start working at it.
Well, thank you so much, Virginia.
Thank you. It's lovely
so
to meet you.
exciting to talk to you, to be here for Moving On TV. Hopefully we can do lots of wonderful things together
I'm
to
looking
make
forward
this
to
world
that.
a better place.
I'm looking forward
it's
to
really
that.
good for all you to meet you.
Hey guys, I'm Casey Armstrong. This is WMAP, the world's most amazing people.
Host Casey Armstrong has a really good heart, and I think he actually really cares what the people have to say. And I think that the idea has been great, and all these people have the opportunity to really share their stories and get their words out. I love WMAP because I hear stories that inspire me.
I happen to be of the belief that everyone, doesn't matter what it is, it's how you look at it. This is WMAP, the world's most amazing people.
Baby, I'm a man. Baby, I'm a lonely man who's in the middle of something that he doesn't really understand.
Paperwork, stuff like that. Whereas
Baby, I'm a man. Baby, you're the only woman who can ever.
Hello, my name is Martin Oswald of Martin Oswald Hypnotherapy. I specialise in smoking cessation, weight loss, phobia release, stress management and hypnobirthing. I can do a free assessment via the phone, via Skype or face-to-face at any time. So that's Martin Oswald of Martin Oswald Hypnotherapy. Looking forward to your call now. You can also find me on my Facebook page, which is Martin Oswald Hypnotherapy.
Something that I experience, I've always had anxiety. And trying to sit still or anything like that, it's kind of like, I want to say like a trigger, like it triggers anxiety. Have you had any experiences with that as far as someone you've helped?
With anxiety, some people, yes, have come to me with nervous anxiety. It's quite common, or with stress perhaps, because of course we lead our lives today, modern Western lives are stressful. Generally speaking, you would sort of put them through the progressive muscle relaxation and to refocus their minds and to give them strategies, for instance, for when they're feeling stressed. They can close their eyes and go off to a special place, their own, call it their own power.
I've spoken to Casey in the past, so I apologize if I'm asking some questions that maybe you've already been asked, but I'm so interested to hear about your experience and what you can teach us about borderline personality disorder.
Okay, what would you like to know?
Well, for any of our listeners that haven't heard you in the past, can you just tell us some of the symptoms of borderline personality disorder?
Okay. Well, borderline personality disorder, or BPD, or the new name, which is complex needs disorder, which they call it now, their symptoms are varied. There's so many of them. They basically encompass every single symptom of mental illness that exists. So I call it a pick and mix. Like if you go to Woolworths and you choose lots of different sweets, you get all these different conditions. So you could have a bit of schizophrenia, you could have a bit of depression, you could have a bit of bipolar, you could have a bit of anxiety, a bit of panic attack. a bit of ADD, ADHD, whatever, you know, all the labels that are going out there. That's what BPD is. That's how it's diagnosed, when they feel that you've got lots of different conditions that are part of this. Basically lots of different personalities, but they call it, you know, they label you basically when you get diagnosed. Diagnosed the word, yeah.
Now, with all of those different conditions, have you found that it's something that's easy to misdiagnose?
Yes, completely. Completely, 100%. I am so grateful you asked the question, because it's something that I really need to get out there. Because I do a lot of research into it, because I believe that everyone has got BPD, everyone is walking around with a personality disorder, if they don't fit the norm of society or they're too stressed. But what excites me as well is that I found out that a lot of women that are being diagnosed with this condition are actually womb twin survivors. It means that while they were in the womb, they lost a sibling, and 1 in 10 women are actually being diagnosed with a mental illness when all they are is their womb twin survivors. They're vanishing twin syndrome, because the symptoms are very, very similar. The abandonment issues can manifest as eating disorders, not being able to cope with rejection, and the anxiety and everything around it. And I am excited about that, but also I'm aware that a lot of people are being misdiagnosed, particularly women. Hi Kelly!
Hello!
It's so amazing to meet you.
Yes, I'm thrilled to be here and to be speaking to you.
Thank you, thank you. So we're moving on TV today at WMAP. As I say, it's a bit like we've got the British invasion.
We do have the British invasion, but it's great. We need to shake things up a little bit, so.
Yeah, well the whole point is to get you out there all across England as well, and tell them about all the wonderful work you're doing all over the world, basically. Okay, Kelly, so how did you get involved in WMAP?
Well, by chance, actually. I had a friend that used to work here, and he had reached out to me saying that they needed some help as far as sales at the time. And I've been in sales for 10 plus years in customer service. So I ended up meeting Casey. I helped in sales, and then I just ended up being a part of the station.
Great.
It's like a nice family atmosphere. So
yeah.
I love it. I couldn't be happier.
Wonderful. So where are you from?
I'm from Lake Grove, which is about 20 minutes east of here, I would say.
Okay.
Not too far.
Okay, and you were born in here?
Born, raised, same place.
Okay.
Yeah, same place.
Okay. And have you done anything like this before, or did you suddenly decide that you wanted to get involved in doing radio?
Well, it's something I've always wanted to get involved in, but I started going on the course of customer service and sales by working in retail and just kind of moving up and staying in that field. I do a voluntary podcast, so that got me into interviewing and kind of just speaking on our own show, but it's a very different platform, so it was very cool to get in here and, you know, have a more professional interview style. So, and I couldn't be happier. It's a great learning experience, and I love the message of the station.
Right, of course, which is basically to put on everyone, because everyone is unique.
Exactly, and hear people's stories, because you don't realize how many, you know, people are so unique and they have these incredible stories, and it's so great to be able to hear everyone's details.
Okay, and so you're doing the technical side, luckily.
Yes, I can't say I'm a pro.
I've never done anything like that before, but you're doing the technical side. So did you learn how to do that yourself, or did they train you here?
No, I was trained here.
You were trained
yes,
here.
And I cannot say I'm an expert, but I'm learning, you know, as I go. I've been here for a few months now, so I've been working the boards when they set up the station, so I'm definitely getting in the hang of it, that's for sure. I can handle it.
Fabulous, okay. And what do you see for WMAP? What do you think the big dream is?
I think the big dream is to just keep growing and be able to involve more people like yourself who have a really great message and who are just have these voices that need to be heard. I mean, that's what WMAP wants to do, is they want to get people's messages across. I think that's the most important thing, because so many people, they don't have a venue to do that.
So you're moving on TV, which is online TV station that would go everywhere.
Love to be on it.
Tweet it all over the world.
Okay.
And of course, which is based in a small village called Holmer Green in Buckinghamshire. What would you like to say to the viewers
You know-
out there, especially in England and in that area, that what would you like to say to them?
It's
Is there
so
anything
funny.
you'd like to pass on?
I ask that question to people all the time. What I would like to say to everyone is, you know, keep being individual, keep doing what you're doing. You know, don't get discouraged. I know, you know, life can be hard. You know, different ventures can be hard. But as long as you just keep doing what you believe in, it's going to make all the difference.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much,
Thank
Kelly.
you.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you very
amazing.
much.
Thank you
so much.
The best birthday in the world. What can I say?
I'm so glad we're going to be a part of it.
I'm so happy. So thank you so much, Kelly. Now you formed Chrissy's Wish.
Well, my family, yes. My
Your family
family's-
formed
yes.
Chrissy's Wish, which is a foundation to commemorate the memory of your sister.
Correct.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about what happened?
So I lost my sister in July 25th of 2006. So it was just 11 years recently. And we formed this because my sister had always read up. She read on books. She was always looking to try to find an answer to, you know, what was wrong, what was going on in her head, and why things couldn't be fixed. And you know, the medications that doctors put them on and all that stuff, you know, Chrissy was like, she was so little, you know, she was like probably like 90 pounds soaking wet, you know, little girl, and they'd put her on all this medication, and you know, you could touch her and it would almost make her skin like sizzle from all of this medication. And sometimes she'd say, it's better being off the medication because the side effects from the medication are so bad that it's not worth being on them. And so when we lost Chrissy, we decided that we were going to go ahead and we were going to make a foundation to raise money, to find an answer, to find a cure, to find a reason behind what is going on, and, you know, to hopefully save a life. If it's one life, it's a life, you know. So we've done a lot.
You've done an amazing amount of stuff. You've raised how much?
Over $500,000.
Wow.
And it all goes to research. Everything is directly
That's
to research.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So is the research involved in, as you said, is it using neuroplasticity and stuff like that, like the
Yes.
mind?
Yes, it's
The
all
mind. It's all about the mind.
It's all about the mind.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's all about the mind. Yep.
So you know that the synchronicity with myself is all my work is done with the mind, and I believe everything comes from your childhood, from
Yes, it
your
does.
stress. You're basically shocked time and time again,
Yes.
and it's all about bringing yourself back into balance.
Yes.
So right. So what else are you doing at the moment with Chrissy's Wish?
Well, we always have, she always has which is called the GoFundMe page. We always raise money that way for her. It's not really for her, but it's for her foundation. We do that every year, and then we just, you know, my mom and my parents actually do a lot. She goes out, she goes to schools, she goes to different places and really does a lot of talking, because the more talking you can do and the more people hear and the more you are open about that, the more you're open about suicide, the more you're open about those things, the more people are willing to come to you and talk. So she just keeps talking, and we just keep talking, and we think the more we talk and the more we give people that, you know, open area to talk back with us, you know, the more we have the chance to help somebody.
It's such a fantastic thing that you're
Thank you.
doing. So let's hope we can all join
Yes,
with WMAP
please.
and Chrissy's
Yes.
Wish and Moving On TV and make the world a better place, because there seems to be so much mental illness.
Yep.
Even talking to our taxi driver,
Yeah.
so much BPD and bipolar,
Yes.
which basically so much going on.
Yes.
So it's lovely talking to
Thank you so much.
Take care
Thanks,
and good
Laura.
luck with what you're doing. It's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Yes, exactly. We have to have a big dream, but we always have to have those little steps that help us achieve them, don't we? Oh, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Car mes joies aujourd'hui, ça commence avec toi. Begins now. So you set your dream big, yeah? This is massive. I never thought I'd be in WMAP radio. I never thought, when I was sitting in my wheelchair after Dad died and my family didn't want to know, I sat there and I didn't know that this was going to happen. And look at where I am a year later. I'm in a radio station in America, in Port Jefferson, hosting a show for Casey Armstrong and singing. And I just feel like there's a message in there for everyone. This is going on, moving on TV as well. But there's a message in there for everyone. Your life counts. And if you get to the bottom, right to the bottom, like I did when I was in that wheelchair, and I sat there and I thought, what the hell am I going to do if I can't walk again? And you really decide at that moment that nothing will stop you going out there and making the world a better place for lots and lots of people. So that's why I do what I do. The dream is up there somewhere. And you remember progressing little by little. And then I remember finding out about Radio Guest List, and I just happened to send a message to WMAP Radio like I did. You know, I never ever got anything back from the media. And Casey Armstrong was the first ever person in the world to give me my talents, my music and my message an opportunity to shine like the rest of the world. So there you go. And somehow from last August when I fell to this August, look at me. I'm walking, I'm standing, and I'm totally sane, guys, with no medication. So I love you lots, and I hope that your dreams can come true. So come on board Moving on TV, come on board WMAP, and we will make your dream come true.